Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Bug Designs, and today we're going to be working with the cherry cupcake bunny. I absolutely love all these bunnies. I've done them all, and so I figured, well, I had one more to do on her, and I would go ahead and do the layering and showing the distressing and everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I did, like I do on most of my videos, is I typically have everything separated by like the hat, the ears, the body. Here's the face and everything, the eyes, the cupcake, here's the cherry, and then the little sprinkles. And here's my backer piece. And so the next thing I do is go ahead and pick my inks. And so I am going to use the Starlight Silver. It is one of my favorite ones to use on the bunny. And so we'll go ahead and do all the pieces. And so for this, I'm just using the flat dauber. And in a lot of my videos, I'll show when you're working with the pigmented ink that you can kind of come in and press in on the sides to get those dark. And then if you're wanting some shading, you kind of tilt your little dauber where it's more flat and then just kind of come out. You can do this down on your tray as well. It's whatever works easiest for you, whatever you find that works best. So we have that little part done. So if you can see, this one is textured. The cardstock, when I cut it, I usually cut it where the textured side is down. I try to remember, there are times where you may see in a video that I'm using the textured side up on a face, and it's because it's, I may have forgot or to flip it, over when I cut the pieces. And so, but most of the time I do try to, when I'm going to do eyelashes. If you're not doing eyelashes, it won't matter. Sometimes I do have another textured cardstock, and I thought it was DC, may have been DCWV, where the textured doesn't really interfere with me doing the lashes. So that one I typically don't need to turn. So I think I've almost got all these little pieces done. And if you're not comfortable holding these little pieces, you could always use some tweezers. You could tell I use my hands because I've already got ink under my nails and whatnot, because I've been working on a lot of the pieces. I'm trying to get them all out of the tray. I just have like so many of them to do up. Okay, so I've used, I think everything's done with the Starlight Silver. The next I have is the sponge sugar. And so I'm just, whoops, that's the red. I don't want that one. I've done that before. I did that yesterday. I took a different color and started using it. Okay, so I did the little ears with the sponge sugar. I really didn't want this pink to be really dark on this one. I kind of wanted it to be a little lighter. So again, you can come on the tray and, you can kind of push in. Since we have little grooves, you could push in like that. If you are wanting that edge a little darker, you could always come in with a marker. And I'm looking to see if I have one that did I keep one out? No. I'm not sure which one's going to look. So you could always come with the marker on the edge. Oops. This paper here is, it's the Micron metallic from Paper Tetris. I think this one is from there. And then this one is the white diamond. I'm not doing anything to the cupcake white, so we're just going to leave that. And so all the pink's done except for the nose. The metallics are a little harder to get the color to stay. Let's see if I do it. So I'm not going to be too worried about that. We'll just leave that one. Okay. And so all the pink's done. I can move those out of my way. The next up, let's do the brown. I'm just doing the brown on the cupcake bottom. So I'm just going to kind of come around the edges here. And hopefully you could see that. So I don't need it too dark. I'm using this one. I'm thinking I'm using it on this Homemade with Love collection. I started to do a page, but I may do a card as well. And then for the red, I'm using Fire Brick Red. And I'm just going to do the little outfit. So I did use this design paper is from that collection that I just showed you. Super pretty collection. I thought these would be darling on that. I did the pie one. And that one's going to go on on the page for that. Okay. So I think I've got all those. Now I just need to spray my hands really quick because I'll have red everywhere. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes. And I'm just using rubbing alcohol since I'm not going to get up and go to the sink right now in the middle of the video. So, okay. And then let me see if I can just give this a little wipe. Alrighty. So now we can start the layering process. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Oh, and the little hat I didn't show you. So the hat, I just used the same Starlight Silver. I almost was going to do the hat with the red, and then I didn't. I think because I had already done this piece. Okay. So on this one, we're going to start with the ears. I am using the Art Glitter Glue. And we're going to get the ears on this one first. And I think I did put my tool back. Sometimes I like this flat one. Okay. So this one here, oh, maybe I need to clean that end. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just used my nail to take some of that wax off of the end. Sometimes they may get a little dirty, or if they're not the shape to pick up. So I just kind of take my nail over that and clean it up a little bit. All right. So I've got the ears on, and then we can go ahead and add the pink part to this as well. Oh, this one does not want to pick up. I'll probably have to come back and deal with that one. Okay. So I'm just going to move these up. I could see a little bit of red on there. Okay. Oops. So the next thing on this one is the arms. So we're going to add those next. And I did do one of the videos, I think on the cherry pie one. And you can always, if you're not sure how far to come up with this, we can kind of tell the head's going to come right here. But you can always take your piece and lay it down just to get an idea of how that's going to look. So the body is going to be next on this one. And these eyes I did a little different than the cherry pie one, because that one I brought in eyes from it was the birthday bear, I believe. So we want to get the little overalls on next. So I'm going to put the bottom piece on, because I want to be able to see the little straps like you can see right there. So another thing you can do just to kind of see how far down you want this piece Because if you bring it all the way up, you're not going to see any of her body. So we could probably bring it right about there, I'm thinking. And then once you put these little straps on, it'll cover up on the edge right there. Now you can move these to come out like so or in. It's really kind of up to you. And then I just used, so do you want them down? I think I want those down a little bit. But I think I want that to be kind of like so. Okay. And then I just used the Posca paint pen to add some little white dots for like the little buttons on it. Okay, so the next thing we can do is let's get this cupcake on. We'll do the wrapper first. We'll just get that right there. And then we'll go ahead and get the pink. That's going to be where the little stem goes right here. And then we'll put the white. Now this white that I'm using for the hat and the cupcake is white diamond from Paper Temptress. And I think I want that to kind of come up a little bit like so. Okay. And that should be okay. And then we can add a bunch of the little sprinkles on here. Sometimes I don't end up cutting the sprinkles, and I'll use some of my little shaker pieces. And I think I'm going to go like that. Okay. And then I just set these on here. And you could just move them around if you need be. That way I can just get all these on now instead of waiting. Sometimes I'll wait, but I thought we might as well just get the bottom all done up. And then it just make sure I get everything off the tray, all these little pieces off the tray so I don't lose them. Okay, so I have that one done. The cherry I can go ahead and do. And the little stem, or the little leaf, whoops, it's so tiny. I should have just used this tool, but the little leaf, what I did was I used a marker. And you could really just use any marker that you have, you know, next to you. Okay, so I want to put the stem on first. So I'm going to get that on. And then I could always come in with a rag and then just press that down if I need. Let's see. And then for the little leaf, I'm going to just add a tad of glue to the back of that. And that way I can pick that up. And then now, because that piece is so tiny. And then I could always move it once I get it on here. Let's see if I can move this. Whoops. There we go. I think I want it more like that though. Okay. And then if I need to move this piece, I can move it now because there's a little bit of glue that will hold that. And I think I'm fine with where it's at. Okay. So we're done with that part. Now we can go ahead and get the head on. I don't even know what I did with the head. Oh, it moved over here Jeez. I'm telling you, I can lose pieces and I'll think I lost them and they're right here with me. I think in one of the videos, the nose like flipped up and it ended up going in my little glass heart jar that I keep, or dish that I keep right here to put the pin for my glue. And I was like looking everywhere for it, thinking, gosh, where did that go? Like, it's not on the floor. It's not on the counter here. And it was in there. The next day when I was prepping, it was in the dish. So on the muzzle, I'm going to go ahead and mostly put glue and leave just a little bit of room to slide in. These eyes don't slide in too much because I have them at an angle. And it's just the black piece of the eye. So what I'll do next is go ahead and, oops, let's move this a tad bit over. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is see where I want to place those. And I kind of want them like there. I found this works best for me, and you may find something else that works best for you, but for the eye placement, I tend to always put the muzzle down first. And then if I'm working with the kids, I think a lot of times I'll put down the nose on them just to help get me centered, and it just helps. And so now I can kind of just push that down. So I'm not putting these down too much because I'm coming in with some eyeliner. And then you could always bring the hat to see about where it's going to go. And I did add some pretty big eyelashes on this one. So next I'm just going to add her little hands on here. And one goes kind of right here. And then we'll get that other one. Might as well get those out of the way as well. And then we're going to do the eyes. Let's see if I can get that. Okay. So we are ready now to start our eyes. I'm not going to do the nose now either. So first I want to do some chalks. And, whoops. So on the chalks, I'm going to use the 4 brush. These I got a set of 12 off of Amazon. And then I'm using Stampin' Up! Chalks. I believe Pixie Pink is the color I'm going to start with. And I'm just kind of did a little circular using the brush. And then I blow off the excess. And then if you want, you could always come in with a little white to try to soften that up. Or if you want darker, we can come in with darker. If I do the darker, I want to come in towards the edge of the face and then kind of just try to bring that in a little bit. That way the dark's not coming all the way up. Let's see if I can get some light. And then I'm going to just bring a little bit up onto the muzzle. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is add some dots. And then we'll go ahead and start these eyes. I'm using the Micron pin 005. So for the eyes, I want to add the liner. And usually I'll clean up. I could see the glue right there. I try to clean up the glue. It should be dried about now. But there it is. Okay. So I'm just going to add some liner to both sides of her eye. And I'm thinking on this one seems to be, let's go 003 and see what happens. So I am going to start at the top and let me zoom in. And we'll see if this pin, if I'm going to like this one. So I'm just going to kind of do the curling up. And I think I may bring a couple down, maybe 3 down. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to try to curl in and up. And I'm thinking, am I even? Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Okay. And then you can always come in if you need and add some little short ones. Okay. I am going to add some of the black chalk to this one. I'm just going to use the angled brush and start at the bottom here. And that's pretty much it on these eyes. I'm thinking that's probably good enough. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add the whites. Now you can add glossy accents on this. On that one, when I added them, I had found I was had a few air bubbles. Okay, and then I do want some little white dots down on this cupcake. So I'm just going to add, I usually do this on my cards, but I thought it'd be cute on the little cupcake. And then we'll do a little, and then her little hands. And I did do some white dots on her little ears. Okay. And I'm thinking, and then the nose will be next. So now we can go ahead and get the hat on. And we're almost done. The nose, I just use, there we go. On her nose, I use the glossy accents, or sorry, not the glossy accents. Well, you could. Oh my goodness. I use the thread on that. It's the transparent thread. And so that's what I'll use for her nose. Let me zoom back out and then that way we can kind of finish up. Okay, so for her nose, I'm going to pick the side that I want to add the glue to. I guess I'm going to add it to this side. So I'm just going to add some glue right there. That way when I go to pick it up. So because this one is so fine, you could use fishing wire or the fishing line. I'm just wrapping it around I went 4 times, I believe. And I should have left these scissors out. And then in the middle, I'll just take and twist. And you could do it less. You know, if you don't want to go 4, you could go 3 times. I like to do that because it gives me the option of cutting. Sometimes I'll go a little more. It gives me the option of cutting the top whiskers short and leaving some long ones at the bottom. So now I'm going to I try to get my finger to press this down to pick up the nose. And that way, this is on there. And then I could always move them around, but see how they're facing down. So I have room to adjust if I need to. So now what I like to do is get the glue right here on her. And then that way I could just come and push that down. And hopefully I don't have anything on my hands. So her whiskers are kind of coming down, and then we can cut them once they dry. And then you're always able to move these. Since you've twisted them, we can now move them. So I'm going to cut those anyways. I want these short up here. and I pulled them out a little bit. So I'm going to grab those back down. And then the ones at the bottom, I just snip. I want those kind of long. I kind of like them long. Okay, so I'm going to leave those alone for now. Okay, and then just add that. And then if you want, you could add dots to the hat. And then glossy accents to the eyes. And then we're done. And then with this, I'm going to see if I can push out some. Whoops. Let me grab the... Sometimes I just can't leave that in there. I'll ruin it like I did my other one. Okay. So I just made sure to push out some of that. And then I just want to get these done up. And then I could come back in with that Posca paint pen and add my whites back. And there you have it. And we are done. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.